A Life of St. Augustine by F.W. Farrar. Chapter 1. Youth and Education. Aurelius Augustinus, the surname Aurelius is given him by his friend Orosius in the dedication of his history, was the greatest of the Western Fathers, and the man who has exercised the deepest influence on the theology of the Church. He was born at Tagaste, a municipality in the province of Constantine in southern Numidia, on or near November the 13th, 354. Tagaste was an obscure town of Africa, not far from Madora and Hippo. Here he grew up, a Roman moulded by that sun and sea that lit and laved the infant Hannibal, one who, with Afric's blood, could still combine the civic memories of a Roman line. The names of his parents were Patricius and Monica. Patricius, who was from Tagaste, was a heathen who did not become a catechumen till 370, when Augustine was 17 years old, and who died the following year, shortly after he had been baptized. He was a man of violent temper, who until his conversion to Christianity had little or no regard for religion or morality. He cherished an inordinate ambition for the worldly success of his son, and for this purpose he exercised self-denial in order to give to the brilliant boy an education far higher than might have been expected from his very moderate means. When Augustine was a bishop, he once told his congregation that they might have expected him to appear in a more splendid robe, but that this would have ill become a poor man like himself, the son of poor parents. Patricius exercised but little influence over his son, and not for good. Monica, on the other hand, was a sincere Christian, the daughter of Christian parents, who owed much to the teaching of a pious nurse, to whom they had entrusted the care of their infant. Among other excellent rules, this aged slave woman, who had nursed Monica's father before her, had taught the little girls of the family to live very simply, and never to drink even water, except at table, lest some day they should be tempted to drink too much wine. "Now," she said, "you drink water, but when you grow up and marry you will have the keys of stores and cellars, and will have got into a habit of drinking, and will despise water but will drink wine." It was the foolish custom of that day, as of ours, for parents to tempt their children to sip wine, even when, as was the case with Monica, they do not like it. She used to do this when she drew the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?